to McBoss Capital channel. My name is Mike Chu. This is the US market recap video for August 22nd. We have a very powerful new high for Dow Jones right here. It took a while to pass the new high, but we finally made it, and that's after Federal Reserve Powell uh, gave a talk yesterday that they're ready to shift their policy to possibly cut rates in the future. So they're setting up for maybe a cut in September, and market likes the news. So yeah, we have a very powerful rally. Dow Jones, you can see here, making new high. We started off the week pretty weak, but Nasdaq and some tech and growth stocks got hit hard on Tuesday, and then as the week progressed, more stocks got hit, and then Friday was basically a turnaround story. And the most important thing I found here was that it's able to rally in such a way that it kind of recover all, the losses throughout the week, right? So we'll see that in Nasdaq chart as well. So this is Dow Jones. Let's go to weekly. Here we are. It's more clear here. This is a new high, and not only did it break to new high, but it break to it like decisively. There's no wishy-washy kind of thing, right? Like here, it just plowed through the previous high, and we now sitting at 45,631. So I think we're gonna see more breadth in the market as well because of this, because Dow uh, finally breakthrough. For a long time in this rally, S&P and Nasdaq was leading, but now Dow is joining the rally as the market breadth probably improve, and we see that we're gonna see the same thing in Russell as well. So here's the Russell weekly chart. We are still far away from new high because this was the weakest index. But now it's starting to move. Yesterday it was a powerful rally. So this one has been the daily chart. This one has been making higher highs before pulling back, right? So here's a big pullback here. Here's another one. And then we had this huge day, almost 4%, 3.86% on Friday. Again, Russell stocks will, small caps may be leading the market now because they're probably, much more rate sensitive. And so basically market can be pricing in rate cuts in the future, and Russell may benefit the most. And because this is also the ones that are behind lagging, it have much more room to climb. So that's what's happened. The chart here on the weekly, yeah, it was able to close green for the week. Very impressive. Not sure if we make a new high here. The previous week high was 6481, and this 6478. So yeah, it did make a new high, but it closed near the high, just a few points away. So if it carries through next week, we could see a new high. Probably the most impressive is again the fact that it was able to bounce back really fast here. So this is the pattern. It fell for about 5 sessions, and then it recovered basically almost everything in one day. That's a very impressive move. Looking at Nasdaq, it didn't make a weekly gain, but it did bounce back from the red line, which is the 10 weeks moving average. So it's still impressive in the sense that it did bounce back quite significantly as well. But it's probably the weakest of all three index right now. And Nvidia results coming out next week, so that will impact more AI growth stocks. So that's something to watch in the coming week. And we also have PC inflation data coming out as well, so that will also move the market probably. But it did come back above the 10-day moving average after dropping nearly to not quite close to the red line, but very similar to the last drop here, where it kind of went in between the pink line 21-day and 50-day. But yeah, it did recover a lot as well, so that's a good sign. But it is lagging other index right now. Here's the Innovator IBD ETF. You can see the big plunge below the red line. So the growth stocks definitely took it on the chin this week. But again, very similar action as Nasdaq. It recovered quite a bit. So even though it was a down week, but it did recover quite significantly. As you see here, Tuesday was big drop, Wednesday it dropped furthermore before bouncing back, and then Thursday, Friday, obviously we see the recovery. So overall, the action, we're gonna see lots of V-shaped bounce in growth stocks. Um, Generally, V-shaped bounce can be not a good thing because especially late in the rally. But sometimes it do work. So we just have to be more cautious about going forward with some of these growth stocks here. Um, but the bounce is, like I said, is a very strong recovery, right? So to me, I have to trust that because of such a strong bounce, right? Yeah. So 10-year yield dropping as expected after Friday's dovish stand from the Fed. The US dollar, look at it did plunge quite a bit as well after that. The oil is surprisingly bouncing recently here, so we'll see. The last two times was pushed back quite a bit after, but it looks like it's trying to move right now. Gold also make a big move as well. So on Friday, so gold stocks have been leading quite a bit in terms of compared to the bullion here. Quite interesting. A lot of them are near highs or new high. Silver also make a big move on Friday. Look at that, rising above many weeks of movement here. Copper is definitely not doing much, which is interesting. Here's the SMH also. So the semiconductor did plunge to the red line, just like the innovator IBD50 ETF. But it did recover, also very strong. Of course, it's still down from the week, but it did recover quite a bit. So I don't want to say we completely out of the woods, but because the downtrend line is above 45-degree angle, I would say. So that's a good thing. Like you can see right here, versus like if it was more like this, then it's still not out of the wood. But because it come up quite a bit, the angle of that slope is not as strong. So it's a good sign that the recovery is taking place right now. Here's Nvidia. So the big news coming this week, you can see it just rose to the 10-day moving average. Whether it can come above it, we'll see. I think it might just go sideways for a few more days before the earnings announcement. We'll take it some either up or down. Here's a while ago. A while ago, actually, Broadcom basically reversed. That's a actually negative sign. So I'm not sure why that's happening. So that's something to be aware of. Conductor also bouncing back just near the 10-day moving average. So again, not quite above it yet. Here's AMD also suffering a big pullback recently. Right now, it's just sitting at the 21-day, not quite at the 10-day as well. So again, some of these stocks are lagging now. Here's IGV, software group, also kind of bouncing back a little bit, but still below the 10-day. It did reverse a little bit by end of day. So here's the bounce, and then it came back down by end of day. So it's still below the 10-day. So yeah. So here's the downtrend line. If you draw it, this is what it looks like here, right there. So we're still not again out of the bush yet here. Here's Microsoft. Friday's bounce again. Very weak, right? Only 0.5% bounce. Not sure why it's so weak. That's not a good sign. And still below the 10-day quite significantly. But it defines support near the red line, the 50 days. So we'll see what happened. Well, here's Google. Very nice uptrend recently, and again, it did pull back right here. That kind of shook me out, but then I got back in on Thursday and Friday add more. Now it's making new highs, so this is definitely looking a lot stronger. Next we have Amazon. Amazon have a huge bounce on Friday, so that looks also very good because above the 10-day, and the slope is looking a lot better right now based on this consolidation here. Next we have Meta. Meta also bouncing, but still below the 10-day. Apple is bouncing as well, so slightly above the 10-day. So this one also looks not as bad, because it's not that far. It didn't go that far down, and also it's now above 10-day again. Tesla has a huge move yesterday, 6%. So again, very strong move because you see how it recovers, like probably like 6 sessions. it requires 6 sessions of downside, and we are, pretty near the highs here, recent highs, so very strong move. Netflix didn't make a move on Friday, so that's unfortunate. It's definitely doesn't look as strong as others. So this is the from the IBD newspaper. What we're looking at is the NYSE advanced decline daily line here. So here was a good sign for S&P. As you see, it went down, but and then as the market goes down, it didn't go down lower. And then on Friday we have a big bounce, right? And you see it kind of come back up to the top pretty much. So the advanced decline line, which is showing strength again in the market breadth, which is a really good thing. On the Nasdaq side, we can see it continue to go lower throughout the week, and then Friday we have a huge bounce. So this line has always been lagging on the Nasdaq, but yeah, so at least it's improved again on Friday. Looking at the IBD signal, they have changed it back to 80 to 100% allocation. It was dropped to 60-80% on Tuesday because of the distribution day there, and also Wednesday they had another one. So recently we have lots of distribution days. Like you can see here, almost 5 or 6 in the last two weeks and a half, and now after this big bounce day, hopefully the market can follow through from here. On the distribution side, we're seeing a lot more stocks being accumulated. Actually, surprisingly, throughout the week, at least on the stocks I'm monitoring, there's still a lot accumulation than distribution, and that's what set me up for Friday because I was actually in the market quite a bit as the week progressed, and despite again, the previous leaders got hit hard, but a lot of the new leaders didn't, continue to go, especially in the biotech area. And again, Friday we have a pretty strong accumulation for many stocks. And then industry group wise, same thing. We're seeing more accumulation by the Friday compared to distribution. And on the sector side here, we see that yeah, they're pretty even out throughout all the sectors. Technology 41. So would be a net accumulation minus distribution, meaning there's 41 more stocks under accumulation than distribution. But and then retail 46, industrial 57, health 28, commodities energy 23, financial 45. So quite evenly distributed across all sectors. On my growth stock list, there's about 370 stocks that I monitor, and here we see that the percentage of them in uptrend has jumped to 2% by the end of Friday. So that's a number we haven't reached since I monitored this list. This is the list that I have since July 14, basically a month ago, more than a month ago, 5 weeks ago, when the earnings results starts to come out. So these are the list of stocks that are already reported earnings. So there's still some stocks that haven't reported, like Credo and so forth. But this list are mostly the ones that are reported, and that's the one we're gonna talk about. So this week we are combining my regular 2 videos, including the U.S. market recap for the week as well as the growth stocks list. Just because I'm at a camping site right now, I just want to enjoy most of my time here. So, but I want to show you this list because again, 62% of them are in uptrend right now. That is a tremendous number. So I believe the growth stocks, the new leaders, and some of the old leaders are really shaping up to become, to take off. And so here for those who haven't seen this, we have ranking here based on price performance since July 14. You see BTAI here that is up 280%, but currently it's in a downtrend, so it's pulling back. We have SNDX, another biotech right here. Again, you will see biotechs dominate right now. You see biotech here, biotech. Lots of biotechs in this list. We have XMTR here in the machinery area. Oh, sorry, I missed ESPR in the biotech. WW in the retail here. MOT in the building AC heating products. ATech medical products. SICO pollution control. So some of these are making new highs here. AGL commercial service, healthcare, national NATL, computer integrated system, TAM also doing strong, making new high, medical research. We have Reddit here, kind of pulling back still it did bounce back, but not as strong. So here's Reddit. Again, you can see it tried to bounce back above the 10-day, but it couldn't. It came back down, so that's not a very good sign. We have ALNY in the biotech, Resi in the security, RSI, leisure gaming. All the stocks are making new highs right here. Vital, food meat products, MDGL, biotech, ASTH, managed care, ASTH, biotech. So biotech is really, doing well. Then we have some energy solar here. We have shows IOVA biotech, Zeta database, FOA mortgage related service, ALHC managed care. We have Co-op consumer loans, FTAI aerospace defense, MERM making new high, Biotech, Live making new high, software desktop. We have software medical, GDRX, LSCC, semiconductor, RNG, software enterprise. We have fixed steel in the downtrend, building AC heating products. We have Lumentum, telecom fiber optics, BCO, another security here. eBay, retail internet. Next we have Road, making new high, building heavy construction, BDSG, BDTSG, new high, outpatient home care. We have Halo, Biotech, Katos, this is aerospace defense, but still in a downtrend. KNSA, medical biotech. We have TPC, building heavy construction. ARDT, medical hospitals. CRMD, biotech. INCY, biotech. Barrick, the gold is doing well. This is making new high. First Solar also doing okay. SE, retail internet. This one making new high. ALKT, computer software financial. NVO, this one's coming back. Medical ethical drugs. SITM making new high. Audio I, computer software enterprise. PSFE, credit card payment. Eton, this is making new high in the biotech. SI, this one has pulled back a little bit. XPOF, also downtrend. App, this is trying to come back up within 1%. IDXX, also trying to come, this downtrend right now. ENSG, long-term care, making new high. GLOW, GLW, this is within 1% of the moving average. LMAT, medical products, making new high. LOB, making new high. Bank Southeast, at rank 62, we have ALNT, computer networking. ANET, in the downtrend right now. BZ is a Chinese stock, still in the uptrend. FSS, security, in the uptrend. LPE making new high in the education service. KSPI in the downtrend still. EXTR bouncing back in the uptrend. HCA in the uptrend. Hospitals. JLL real estate making new high. MVT within 1%. PAS the silver stock making new high. EXPE making new recent high here as well. CLS still in the downtrend. Next, we have GVA, building heavy construction, making new high. FCFS, this is financial consumer loans. So we see quite a few of those as well. Down here, we have SoFi as well, doing well, making new high. XYZ block in the uptrend. Another gold stock, FNV, making a new high. POD, medical products in the uptrend. ASND within 1% of the moving average. CBRE, real estate, making new high. LPG, this is oil gas transport pipeline making new high. ATGE, another education service stock making new high. Then we have LNW, this is leisure gaming in the uptrend. Empowered, bouncing back within 1%. Semiconductor, HASI, uptrend in mortgage REIT. SGI, household furniture making new high. SAN, Banks Money Center making new high. Roku, this is a leisure movies related, making new high. Fox F, leisure products in an uptrend. SD, this is oil and gas related, making new high. So there's a few oil and gas stocks moving. Warby, WRBY, retail specialty, this is in an uptrend. CMC, metal processing is making new high. SANM, this is contract manufacturing, still in the downtrend. JXN, insurance making new high. CBU, Banks Northeast making new high. We have Match still in a downtrend. GL Insurance, so this is uptrend. RIG, another oil and gas here. We have AGI here making new high. Gold, Rand Gold also making new high. So gold stocks are doing well. Rambus, semiconductor in the uptrend. We have Pan, medical products making new high. TBBK, Banks Northeast. So we are past the rank 100. Feel free to look at the rest on your own time. I'm just going to bounce through this quickly for the ones that are making new high. CMT in the chemical plastics making new high. RMD making new high in the medical products group. LLYVA, Liberty making new high in the media diversify. We have AHR, property REIT making new high. So again, many stocks hitting new recent highs, really good. MRP, this one, let me see the group here. This is making new high in the residential commercial area. So that's in the home building area. Next we have FNF Insurance making new high. ADI, this is semiconductor manufacturing making new high. SFBS, South Bank Southeast making new high. Raw, Best Southwest making new high. UBS Banks making new high. So a lot of financials here. GPC, retail wholesale auto parts making new high. Then we have Google, we talk about that. FBNC, Bank Southeast, AMG making new high. Finance Investment Management. We have Burke, apparel, shoes, fastener, machinery, EBC, Banks Northeast all making new highs here. We have WCC, electronic parts here. Look at Spotify here, still in the downtrend. We have CXT making new high in the computer software financial. FELE, electrical power equipment. STRA, another service education in making new high. We have MET, insurance life, so you can see some insurance doing well, education service doing well. FITB, banks, a lot of financials here. ECL, this is soap related. EBR, we have finance investment. Also here we see more banks down here because they're trying to catch up right now. Again, BAC making new high. ADUS, this is outpatient home care. PNC, another bank. CFG, another bank. ITT, machinery. So machinery also showing up quite a bit. MasterCard making new recent high. HBAN, another bank. STX, we have computer data storage. This one trying to bounce back. CCL, this is leisure service. So there's some leisure service in there. We have booking here as well. So those are doing well. And then the rest, we're still in downtrend trying to catch up right now. Yeah. So yeah, I hope this helps in some ways. Where leaders are setting up again, health seems to dominate still in the top group. But other areas are catching up, like financials definitely. And some leisure service and some education service as well. And yeah. So thank you all for watching. I know this is a shorter video this week, but hope you guys enjoy it. And if you follow me on live stream every day, I'll see you there. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Please like and subscribe.